Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about Married to Medicine, Season 11, Episode 7.
We need y'all to subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. Just so y'all know, we are doing Love Island All-Stars, which is on what channel again in the UK? Or
ITV.
ITV streaming platform, right? Mm-hmm. We are going to do that, and we are going to release those episodes live, meaning that once the show is over, we are releasing that episode that day. The U.S. is going to catch up to those episodes 2 days after
on Peacock.
Mm-hmm. So even though it's going to be out, you can watch it, or you can wait till it comes out on Peacock to watch it with us. But we are going to serve our UK audience because, you know, we like them.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Walk us through this.
So they are a week away from the Med Gala.
Okay.
Phaedera came to Jackie's meeting unprepared, and that is what Jackie, Simone, and Cecil are talking about in their car.
Yeah.
Then we have Quad, Phaedera, and King in the other car, and Quad tells Phaedera that Jackie was nervous about your participation. In the confessional, Phaedera says that she doesn't care. She wants to do this to clean up the beating that she took last year, talking about black women being dramatic with their pain. I wish Phaedera would have said that in person.
In her face.
Phaedera got a whole lot of confessional conversation.
Dude, you know what I'm realizing? I think reality TV is taking a shift that I don't like. A lot of this is not the only show that is happening on. There is a lot of confessional gangsters going on with these shows. Take the confessionals out. If this is where they only go to talk, take it out.
Yeah. Because
we see a lot of confessional gangsters not only on this show, but on Love and Marriage Huntsville, on RHOP.
Right.
That was a great thing to say. I kind of agree, but it is what it is, you know?
Yes. So Jackie asked Heavenly to help, and she immediately jumped in. Now, Heavenly is the co-chair. They are all getting together at Dr. Heavenly's lake house. They are having a dinner to celebrate Zachary's graduating from UGA and going to dental school. So congratulations. That's amazing. Quad brought her new man. Cecil is very happy to see Quad with King.
Okay.
The men are downstairs. The women are upstairs on the balconies. And I'm just like, Heavenly's lake house is bad. I mean, that house
dope.
is beautiful.
It's dope.
That's dope. And I just and also I love outdoor spaces. So for them to have two patio outdoor spaces, I just thought that was just super nice.
I don't like being outside. It's bugs. Yeah.
So the men are down. So Toya asked what Quad did to get a Rolls Royce. No ring, no baby. What you got going on? And Quad's like, well, that's just how he feels about me. And Heavenly said in her confessional, well, you know, I know what she was doing, but I thought I was better at it than her. I ain't getting no Rolls Royce.
Dr. Simone. This is the role I like Dr. Simone in. When Toya said it, Dr. Simone was in the corner cracking up because that is the truth.
Yes.
You know, what do you do to get a Rolls Royce? I'm a mother. I'm a wife. I'm a housewife at that. I take care of the house. And this guy who you only known for this long, you got a Rolls Royce? What have you been doing? And Dr. Simone said, Quad must be superhead, basically. And I'm like, hey, I understand.
Well, Dr.Damon tells King that this is an interesting group. There's safety amongst the guys, but the ladies are different. The ladies also don't let things go. And Eugene, I was just finding it funny the way Eugene was looking, because I think Eugene, he was looking like, okay, David, like, but you know, you got some drama going on yourself. Like, he was looking around like, okay.
Talk about Damon.
Yes. So Toya doesn't think that Phaedera did a good job of bringing the ladies together on the trip, and she tells her. She doesn't like how Contessa and Sweet Tea are separated from the group. And she didn't like the Yo Mama comment from Heavenly.
Come on, teacher.
So she asked Heavenly, like, look, you need to apologize for that Yo Mama comment. And Heavenly says she will try. And Toya needs her to promise not to do it again.
She said, no, please do. Don't try. Heavenly
said that she will do her best, but she does not want to make promises and not follow through like Phaedra does.
Listen, Phaedra is going to get, she's going to get her little kidney shot every now and then. You get what I'm saying?
And I will say one thing. I am happy to see Toya in this role.
Yes.
I've always really liked Toya. And for them to have sunned her the way that she did, she has not let that keep her quiet or backed her down in any type of way. So I'm with Toya holding the ladies accountable.
Toya is an underrated reality TV star.
Yes.
I would put her over a lot of housewives,
Absolutely.
in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. So Heavenly tells the group that, look, my friend Jackie came to me frantic because you were not doing what you were supposed to do.
My friend Jackie, right?
Phaedra tells her, if you want the position, you can have it. And Heavenly's like, no, you said you was going to raise $100K, so we need you to come through on that. Phaedra tells them that she will get the $100K even if she has to pull it out of her own pocket. She says it's nothing. She says, bees like y'all be acting like she not going to do what she said she's going to do. And they're just like, bees like us? What type of bees are we?
Yeah.
So Cecil says, don't get too deep in the drama with the ladies talking to King. The girls will be back friends, after Quad comes to complain to you about whoever. He says that he's going to stay out of the women's business, but he doesn't know that they will try to pull him in.
Oh, yeah. They ain't going to pull you in.
Yeah. So the ladies all agreed to donate $2,500 apiece. And they're talking about calling Sweet Tea and Contessa just to get their confirmation that that's how much they're going to donate. And Toya thinks that that's tacky.
That is tacky.
Why would you call Contessa and Tea for money and to have them be around people where y'all was about to fight? Phaedra says that, she is ready for the Met Gala.
Now, here's the thing. It is tacky. But you know what else was tacky, Toya? Even though I gave you praise, I got to give you a little slap. When you didn't want to donate money to the last gala because you said I brought wine.
Yeah, I thought that was wrong too. I was like, Toya, stop.
That's tacky. You get what I'm saying? To basically make it seem like you ain't gonna give your money because you sponsored the wine. You get what I'm saying? To where you feel like I had to pay for that. No, they probably gave you in allotted, bottles and things like that. It's great marketing for like your wine and things of that nature. But I will say this: Phaedra did say those bees and things like that, basically making it seem like they don't have connects and basically like, and that's when you see each confessional with Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone, like you talk about doctors who got the same salary, if not more, and things like that.
Bees like what? Like who graduated med school?
So I think Phaedra, she is doing, and what she knows, this is her last round on Married to Medicine. They don't respect Phaedra.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Dr. Heavily is basically exposing private conversations she had with Jackie. You get what I'm saying? About Phaedra. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I think Phaedra just like, she's just here for a check. She feels like she put Married to Medicine on the map. Truth be told, I don't think so. I think Married to Medicine is a great show. Even the fuller episodes are better than some people's like episodes. So yeah.
So Phaedra has tea over. She was surprised that Jackie was telling people she wasn't doing anything. If anything, Jackie could have just texted her.
Why would
and I was
she do
thinking
that?
to myself, she been texting you.
Yeah.
You don't look at the text.
And you got 100 unread text messages.
So Jackie holds other people accountable, but not Heavenly.
Okay.
Phaedra agrees that Heavenly gets a pass. And you know what? Maybe they're just alike. Heavenly agreed to talk to Contessa, and T is annoyed because Heavenly is willing to talk to and apologize to Contessa, but not me.
Yes.
She wants Heavenly to apologize and to mean it, and also to offer some type of peace offering. Phaedra says that Heavenly is a strong church member. She goes to Hell First Baptist.
Listen here, Sweet Tea, I'm sorry. I'm actually sorry you're on the show, right? Because you're never gonna get the respect. If you don't got the respect of Heavenly, that means you don't have the respect of Dr. Jackie, right? Because they are basically like this, right? And I wish Sweet Tea was at the lake house, only because I'm like, you're on this show, right? You're part of this group in some factor, at least as castmates, and for you to still be home when everybody go to the lake house, everybody enjoying the time, everybody enjoying this catering, just trying to get closer. Phaedra was even there, and she ain't gonna be there next season.
I was happy Contessa wasn't there. Contessa's too much hollering
Contessa,
for me.
I didn't say Contessa.
Right.
I said Sweet Tea.
Yes,
right?
I'm with you.
So it's the fact that Sweet Tea, you are the new Toya. But it's even worse because at least they can be like, I like Eugene,
right?
But they don't really like Greg. You get what I'm saying? Like the guys like Greg, but the women can be like, I don't really care for Greg.
Yeah.
So Sweet Tea, I think you have a lot of work to do, and it's unfortunate because I don't think there's nothing that you can do that will make at least Dr. Heavily or at least the other doctors respect you.
And I also think that, Sweet Tea, you got the apology that you were going to get at the ranch. That was the only apology.
Yeah.
And I think that she played it wrong. I think that she should have accepted the apology as though it was genuine and move in that light and just kind of peep the way to see how Heavenly was going to move. Of course, Heavenly's going to do something else because Heavenly always puts her foot in her mouth.
You a fan of the show, you know.
But my thing is, like, I think that Sweet Tea, like, you're kind of getting lost in the weeds right now because Heavenly is Heavenly, and I hate to say that as though, you know, we can't hold her accountable, but you're not going to change her. You're not going to be able to gain her respect. You're not going to be able to get her to give you an olive branch. So move around her is all I have to say.
But I do respect this. Let me give her a little bell to get out of jail. The fact that I almost call her Dr. Sweet Tea. The fact that Sweet Tea is actually doing her own thing in the sense of when the show she do like a little review thing to where she talks about
and it's good. Yeah,
she needs to do that because I think she needs to pull her weight in other ways. Dr. Jackie pull her weight by Phaedera Dr. Jackie. That's all she got to do.
Yeah,
and that's the intro music.
Yes,
she don't have to do nothing on this show. You get what I'm saying? But because you don't really have any type of clout within the group, and people think the fact that you're 31, 32 years old, 33, and you marrying this guy and you get into the money, right? They feel like, hey, show your worth on being a castmate on the show. Not fair because you're already a castmate, but I think you actually going on YouTube and things of that nature and talking about the show, you're actually promoting the show. You're actually building your character. You're getting fans behind you, and which will make people, in my opinion, like basically be behind you when it comes to the show
and see your personality for how it really is, because on the show, like, you're very defensive a lot of the time, and I totally understand that because Heavenly is offensive.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
So it is nice to see you on your channel in your space, just happy in your home with your husband. Like, she has a great personality, and I just wish that we could see more of that. If she could find a way just to kind of move around Heavenly and not let it affect her spirit, you have
to accept your role. This gonna sound crazy to say, but you have to accept your role as the lesser. I know that sounds crazy, but you have to amongst this group. That's all I gotta say.
Okay. So Jackie does a walkthrough of the space for the Med Gala. It's beautiful. Heavenly asked what Phaedera did, and she made sure that Phaedera made sure they had the auction items, but she hasn't raised any money up to this point.
Wow.
Heavenly plans to be on her best behavior. We see some of the people getting ready, and I saw that Dwight is going to be accompanying Phaedera to the Med Gala. And
Shout out to Dwight.
Yes, we know Dwight from RHOA, him getting into it with Nene. So Quad asked if King is going to say anything to her ex-husband, and King says no, that's the past, and Quad agrees she's not worried about her past.
It's so funny because I think he got out the shower, he's put on his robe.
Yeah.
And when she asked, "Are you gonna say anything to my ex-husband?" He was like, "No." Like he kind of thought that was a weird question, which I thought was a weird question.
Yeah.
And that's when he was like, "I'm not in the past. That is your past. But are you stuck in the past?" And she was so quick to say, "No, I'm not stuck in the past," because she didn't want that Rolls Royce, that rented Rolls Royce, to basically get taken away from her. And
I think that kind of interaction, though, I think that in real life, of course, you wouldn't ask your current man if they're going to talk to your ex. But I think she was thinking for the sake of the show, like, is that going to be a moment type of thing? So
I don't think so. I think Dr.Greg.
I'm saying that's what Quad might have been coming from.
I don't think so.
So we see some familiar faces at the event. We see Anila, Dr. Kieran, Dr. Alicia. Curtis is hugging on Dr. Contessa, hugging on to her a little too long for my liking.
Let me speak to Dr. Contessa for a second. This actually just brought up a memory. Dr. Contessa, as much as she cries and as much as crazy as I believe she is, she have, what is that saying Catwoman said? You have an allegiance to, like, basically losers or something like that.
You have an unnatural allegiance.
She has an unnatural allegiance to tackiness. And when she was getting herself ready for
I'm glad she didn't wear that crown.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, why does she want to wear a costume so bad?
I'm happy they told her that she looked like the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
Because I was like, you have height on you. For one, you have a great face card, in my opinion, for your age, right? You have the body. And I'm just like, all you need is the stylist. That's all you need. So that's all I just wanted to point out, because I was like, I'm so happy she did not wear that crown.
Yes.
Yeah.
Scott didn't come because of things that Heavenly was continuing to say about him being smoosive or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't know, Contessa, you seem to be more on that than anybody else.
I mean, at the end of the day, like, we saw the season. You get what I'm saying, Scott? Whatever that you was accused of was not something that we brought out of thin air. We saw the season. Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
Well, Dr. Damon and Dr. Greg do greet each other, and Damon tells him, I know the lady said some things, and he hated that it affected their relationship.
Okay.
He tells him we're cool no matter what happens with the ladies, and Greg says that, we're going to be positive and keep things moving forward.
Okay.
Damon tells him that he was mostly hurt. Heavenly ends up popping in, trying to like get a picture with Dr. Damon and Cecil. Can we get a little bit of time? Like we're actually like, chopping it up. We're having a good conversation right now. So she steps away. They square things away, and they're in a good enough place for right now.
Do you accept Dr. Damon's apology or like whatever it was, basically trying to smooth things over with Dr. Greg?
I accept it for the sake of the show. And I would accept it in real life, but it changed our relationship. Like that, our relationship won't be the same after that. Yeah.
Here's the thing about it. Because I even had to check myself. I said, well, let me start with this. Dr. Damon is not the one that offended me. Let me start with that. Right? I just would have reiterated, like, we always been cool, but the problem was your wife. I just think it would be best that all three of us have a conversation. I don't want to have a conversation with just me and her. I want to respect your position. And maybe by you hearing my position with her and things like that, then we could come to an agreement together, right? Because them basically shaking hands and things like that, Dr. Damon wasn't the one who said what was said. You know what I'm saying? It was him that I was calling Dr. Damon out for calling him sensitive and acting like his wife didn't say something that was like awful. You get what I'm saying? So I just would have reiterated, like, even though we cool and things like that, and you feel like the relationship will not be the same, I still got to have a conversation with your wife. And Dr. Heavily coming over basically as if she was trying to save Dr. Damon, like, from talking to
That's
Dr.
what
Greg.
It looked like.
I'm like,
it was like, you're doing too much.
I'm like, you're doing way too much. Dr. Damon didn't. I'm happy that Cecil said so, because Dr. Damon looked like he didn't even want to say nothing back to his wife about, like, I'm talking and things like that. I'm always under the belief, if I see my wife talking or something like that, I'm not just gonna, like, unless you give me some type of bird call or something like that. Like, if someone's in a conversation, it's rude to just pull them away and things of that nature. The same way as it was rude with Dr. Heavily to come over there and try to pull Dr. Damon away as if, like, two grown men are talking. Right. You get what I'm saying?
So Jackie, Phaedra, and Heavenly are standing in the front, thanking everyone for coming, explaining their cause. I did notice Heavenly snatched that mic away from Phaedra because she's Coco chair.
Listen here, man. I saw Dr. Jackie with a microphone and I got scared, y'all. Dr. Jackie, listen here. Dr. Jackie with a microphone is a menace.
Telling everybody business.
Buffy can relate. She's infertile. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Listen here. There's two people who are definitely scared with Dr. Jackie with a microphone in her hand. It's Chris and Buffy. Okay. You get what I'm saying? So I was definitely like, oh boy, get that mic out her hand. But it is what it is. Well,
Dwight is helping Phaedra do the auction.
Yeah.
Phaedra is auctioning off a trip to Morocco. Dwight says it's going for $4,000. They have to drop the price to $2,500. It ends up selling for $3,500.
Okay.
They auction off Jackie's O shots, some Botox, and some facials. Quad is going to teach some people how to cook. Greg makes a joke that like she can cook.
Okay.
Quad tries to start at $3,000. It ends up selling for $1,150. Then they do a date with Phaedra. Does not sell.
Wow. Until
Dr. Jackie's friend comes over and was just like, I went on a date with her 20 years ago, but we'll go on another date, but she got to put out this time.
Wait a minute. Who is this deacon? You get what I'm saying? Like,
so they ended up raising $53,000. They're $46,000 shy of their goal, which Phaedra says she's got it. She's going to put up the rest of the money.
How do you feel about that? Do you feel like they should have went back out there and haggle some more?
Absolutely not.
You don't think so?
No. You got what you got. And I want to say that honestly, I wouldn't have held Phaedra to the $100,000 goal. I would have stuck to
what was the goal before?
25.
Wow, so basically she doubled her original goal.
Exactly, but because Phaedra put her mouth on it, then we're going to stick to what you said.
And guess what? Since you put your mouth on it, put your check to it too. Yeah.
So Simone asked King how he feels about the ladies as the group. Have you found out that Quad is stubborn? Quad says, well, do you know that you're equally as stubborn? They he doesn't really answer, but they write out a check to the organization for Kira for moms for $100,000, and I do think everyone, especially Black women, should look into that organization. I was at one of his speaking events.
Really?
And
like as in real life.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was at one of his speaking events and heard the story, and it was devastating, and it lingered with me up until this day, and that was probably over like a year ago.
Really?
So maternal mortality, especially for Black women, is a real thing, and this was an amazing thing they did, especially for him in that organization. He comes across as a really good guy. And he's like raising his 2 children alone because his wife passed in childbirth. So and that's all I have to say. It was a good episode.
I wish I would have heard his story. I guess I got to look into it on like my own. Because when Jackie first started saying it, I feel like Jackie is at the age to where, and this is not a beef with Jackie, but how she kind of gave us basically like the spark notes of like his story. I feel like it was a little like heavy handed. I'm just like, I wasn't expecting that. You get what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, I'm scared when Jackie got a mic. But I think it's a great cause. I also think that Jackie is spearheading it to basically put behind her mistakes, and there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you gotta listen here. When you mess up, we gonna put you on the forefront and make sure that you give to charity and things like that. Jackie, I think you should dig in your pocketbook as well. You get what I'm saying? I think it was a great episode to borrow. I just want to borrow. Can I lease it just for a second?
Sure.
Just to borrow something from my brother from another mother, Rodney the Voice. Right.
Oh, okay.
Just to borrow
Shout out
something
to
from
Rodney.
him. Right.
We love you.
He said that Real Housewives of Potomac can't even raise $12K. You know, $15K. Giselle can't even raise that. And without them haggling, they raised over $50,000.
That's amazing.
I just want to say, Married to Medicine should be the flagship show of Bravo Sunday nights.
It's way better.
Give it
Housewives.
Get rid of Potomac, right? I see. And then, now, granted, this is not the audience that that sided with Blair instead of me on the S's article, but I said that they should make Real Housewives of Potomac a vacation show. Get it out of the time slot and give Married to Medicine its full respect, because they're fuller episodes, meaning they're episodes that have nothing going on, is better than
filler. That's what you're saying.
Filler, not fuller. The filler episodes is way better than other reality TV shows filler episodes. That's what I feel. That's just my opinion. Rodney, you can have your words back.
Okay.
Anything else?
That's all I got.
Y'all subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. We see y'all.
Bye.